for that great introduction. The only problem is she gave half my speech. All right, well, I'll have to do the best that I can do. And as Kemi indicated, tonight really is an historical night, and all of us are part of making history. To the best of our knowledge, there has never been a political online organizing effort this early in a campaign which involved over 100,000 people in 3,500 locations in every state in the United States of America. That's pretty impressive, and I thank you all very much for making it happen. I am often asked by the media why there is so much excitement in our campaign. Why have so many people come out to our rallies? Why have we received over 325,000 individual contributions, more than any other candidate? Why are we seeing spontaneous uprisings, if you like, and meetings in cities and towns all over this country? And here is my answer. My answer is that the American people are saying loudly and clearly, enough is enough. This great country and our government belong to all of us and not just a handful of billionaires. Enough is enough. We cannot, as a nation, continue to have the most unequal distribution of wealth and income of any major country on earth. No, it is not acceptable that the rich get richer and everybody else gets poorer. That while we see a proliferation of millionaires and billionaires, we have more kids living in poverty than any other major industrialized society. No, it is not right that major corporations make billions of dollars in profit and in some cases pay nothing at all in federal taxes. Enough is enough. We have got to reverse the 40-year decline of the American middle class. While we have seen an explosion in technology and in worker productivity, there is something wrong when millions of our people are working 2 or 3 jobs to cobble together an income and some health care. Enough is enough. We cannot continue to maintain a starvation minimum wage of $7.25 an hour. It is wrong that people are working 40 or 50 hours a week and still living in poverty. Enough is enough. We've got to raise that minimum wage to $15 an hour. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. We cannot continue to have real unemployment at over 10% in this country. We cannot continue to have a horrendous situation where 35, 40% of our young people who are high school graduates are unemployed or underemployed. It seems to me that just maybe, instead of having the highest rate of incarceration of any major country on earth, instead of throwing our kids in jail, maybe we should provide them with education and jobs. Just maybe. Maybe, just maybe, in the wealthiest country in the history of the world, we should not have a situation where hundreds of thousands of bright and capable young people are unable to afford to go to college. They have the ability, they have the desire, they just don't have the money. And enough is enough when millions of people leave school deeply in debt with interest rates of 7, 8, 10%. Enough is enough, and that is why we must make sure that public colleges and public universities in America are tuition free. Yeah. Enough is enough, as Kemi said. We are tired. We are tired of seeing black women yanked out of a car, thrown to the ground, assaulted, put in handcuffs. and then sent to jail and died 3 days later in the case of Sandra Bland. For what crime? She didn't signal that she made a left turn. And we're seeing that all over this country. Enough is enough. We have got to combat institutional racism in the United States. Enough is enough. In this great nation, we need a campaign finance system that creates a vibrant democracy, not a campaign finance system that allows billionaires to buy politicians as a result of the Citizens United Supreme Court decision. Enough is enough. We are going to overturn Citizens United. We are going to appoint nominees to the Supreme Court who will tell us loudly and clearly that Citizens United is going to end. Enough is enough. 11 million undocumented people in this country. People who are now living in the shadows. They need a path toward citizenship. They cannot, these people cannot continue to be exploited. Their families cannot continue to be broken up. We will fight for a path toward citizenship and comprehensive immigration reform. Enough is enough. The United States of America, our great country, cannot be the only major industrialized nation that does not guarantee health care to all of our people as a right. And enough is enough. The United States cannot continue to be the only major country without a medical and family leave policy. When a woman has a baby in this country, regardless of her income, she has the right to stay home with that baby. The father has a right to stay home for that baby. We also need I don't have to tell anybody that these are very, very difficult times in America. And as I have said over and over again, Bernie Sanders alone, as President of the United States, is not going to solve all of these problems. The only way we take on the Koch brothers, the only way we take on the billionaire class in corporate America, and these people who have unbelievable amounts of money and power, the only way I know we can do that is when we put together a strong grassroots movement of millions and millions of people. And that is what I mean by a political revolution, and that is what you are involved in today. Now, they have the money, they have the power, they control a lot of the media. All of that is true, and this struggle is a tough struggle. But I believe from the bottom of my heart, when millions of people stand together, when we overcome race issues, when we overcome questions of whether somebody was born in America or not, when we overcome issues of sexual orientation or gender issues, when we don't let our opponents divide us up by race or sexual orientation or all that stuff, when we stand together, there is nothing that we cannot accomplish. That's what we're doing. So together, it's not just me, it's all of you. We need your help knocking on doors. We need your help making phone calls. We need your help to talk to your brothers and your sisters, your co-workers, your family members. Bring them into the movement. And when we do all of that, we are going to make history in November 2016. Thank you so much for participating in this.